Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, and welcome to Santalune City, where the Viridian Fissure are challenging the Santalune Swarm. Fissure are going to start out with Mamoswine and Runarigus. Swarm today are going to start out with Center Scorch and Shuckle. Shuckle with that very ridiculous defense stats of 230 and 230 special defense. Let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win today, Santalune Swarm or the Viridian Fissure. Mamoswine is going to be on first. It has an 80 base speed. It's not the quickest Pokemon on the field. It's going to boost its attack and its accuracy with those home claws. Having that 130 base attack already, so it can already pack an amazing punch. Center Scorch going second. Gonna go with a Leech Seed, so it's gonna start getting some health back in between turns, and it's gonna take it from Runarigus. So Runarigus is gonna be losing health in between every turn. Runarigus now is gonna go with a Dark Pulse, targeting Center Scorch. And Shuckle being very slow, only having a whopping 5 base speed. It's going to go with a Drill Run onto Mamoswine, not going to do a great deal of damage, probably a lot considering it's Shuckle. And there goes that health from Runarigus to Center Scorch thanks to that Leech Seed. As always, this is a 6-on-6 Metronome battle. If we do hit the 20-minute time, we will go into single battle overtime. Mamoswine again. Also has that 110 HP to go with the attack. It's going to go with the Sacred Sword. Targeting Center Scorch. Not very effective, but does a decent amount of damage. However, Center Scorch's hidden ability, the Flame Body, leaves Mamoswine with that burn. So Mamoswine's going to be taking damage from the burn. The Leech Seed will be taking HP from Runarigus. Runarigus being immune to normal and fighting type attacks, as it is a Ghost Ground type. And that Glare's going to leave Center Scorch paralyzed. Shuckle now. It's going to with a Steel Roller. Unfortunately, it fails. There's that health going from Runarigus to Center Scorch again. Both these teams sitting very near the bottom of the ladder. Santalune Swarm are currently 15th with a 3-match losing streak. Viridian Fissure sitting 16th with a 4-match losing streak. So both these teams desperately want to win. It was only a few weeks ago. Santalune Swarm was sitting in the top 4, so they definitely want to get back up there. Runarigus now. Gonna go with a Mega Punch. Targets Shuckle, and there's that impressive defense that Shuckle has in it. It's not very effective to boot. Center Scorch is paralyzed, so it's unable to use its Metronome. And a Corrosive Gas now coming from Shuckle, so it's going to corrode away everyone's Leopard Berries. Again, Shuckle with those amazing defense stats. There's that health again, going to Center Scorch, which has been fantastic. So we have Pokemon paralyzed, burnt, and suffering from the Leech Seed all on the field at the moment. But as I was saying, both these teams desperately want to win. Viridian Fissure currently with one of the worst losing streaks other than the teams who are yet to win a game in the whole league. So 4 in a row. They definitely want to get off that losing streak. The only team they beat was the Verbank Venom back in round 1. That Scale Shot gets 4 hits onto Shuckle. Mamoswine's defense will lower, but in the process that speed stat goes up, so Runarigus and Mamoswine just seem like they keep getting quicker. Runarigus now is going to go with a Guard Split, and it's going to target Shuckle. Center Scorch again, that paralysis prevents it from moving. Thankfully, it has that Leech Seed, restoring some of that health. Otherwise, it would be going way down real fast. Shuckle now going to go with the Inferno, targeting Runarigus. Not going to do much damage, but it leaves Runarigus with a burn. So both Mamoswine and Runarigus are going to be taking damage from that burn in between turns, as well as that Leech Seed on top of Runarigus's burn. So Runarigus finally going down to the yellow. Mamoswine takes its damage, as does Runarigus. Center Scorch on the field at the moment has that 115 base attack. We haven't really seen much of it yet, thanks to that paralysis. Mamoswine now. Gonna go with a Weather Ball. There's no weather to help with it, but still, it will be going for someone. It's gonna go for Shuckle. Don't see it doing a great deal of damage. Shuckle taking so many hits, but standing so strong. Again, that 230 defense and special defense. And now Runarigus with an explosion. This is gonna change things on the field. There you go, hitting everybody. Runarigus takes itself out of the battle. Sick of that Leech Seed and burn. Probably did the most damage to Mamoswine, if anyone. Center Scorch again doesn't get a move off thanks to that paralysis. Now Shuckle. It's going to go with a Volt Tackle, but it doesn't affect the ground types. So no one on the Viridian Fissure would have taken any damage from that. Now I have a third Pokemon coming out for the Fissure, and it's Sandaconda. Sandaconda having that 107 base attack, 125 base defense. Mamoswine's still being the fastest on the field. It's going to go with the Cotton Guard, so not using much of that physical offense that it has yet. With that said, it will boost its defense. Sandaconda, all that speed going to the Viridian Fissure. Not usually the quickest team on the field, but Sandaconda going with the last resort, no effect. And again, the paralysis stops Centiskorch. Centiskorch definitely needs to get moving. We've got a Skitter Smack now coming from Shuckle. It's going to get that stab boost thanks to it being a bug type, but with that very low attack stat, it's not going to do much damage to Mamoswine. Even holding on from that burn. As always, in the description below, we have a link to our Google Doc as well, containing the ladder, fixture, stats, and all the team rosters. Be sure to check that out. Mamoswine goes for a Whirlwind, so it's going to send someone back to the bench and target Centiskorch, who has been very ineffective so far outside of its Flame Body. And we have Orbeetle now coming on for the Santalune Swarm. Sandaconda is going to go with the Brave Bird. He's going to target Shuckle, and Shuckle holds on. Just gets taken down into the red. Sandaconda gets that recoil damage, but Shuckle still holding on. Taking so many hits so far, and it's going to activate a Sunny Day. The weather's going to be warming up on the battlefield. If anyone goes to use a Leaf Storm, a Solar Beam, they'll hit it straight away. Mamoswine is eliminated thanks to that burn. But Centiskorch left on it earlier with the Flame Body. So that's 2 down now for the Viridian Fissure. Mudsdale now coming onto the field. Mudsdale with that stamina ability, so every time it takes damage, it boosts its defense. Mudsdale has that 125 attack and 100 defense as it is. And a Misty Explosion from Orbeetle. What is it doing? First move it uses. Unbelievable. And it takes out its own teammate in the process, so Orbeetle is out. As is Shuckle. Unbelievable. That very unnecessary Misty Explosion. There's that stamina boosting Mudsdale's defense. We definitely don't want to see another explosion at the moment. That won't help the Viridian Fissure. Ancient Power, it has no one to hit, so it's going to fail. Mudsdale's definitely going to want to boost its stats, but instead goes with a Fire Pledge. Again, no one to hit on the field. So we have Centiskorch coming back on. Hopefully that paralysis doesn't get in the way of it. And Pinsir coming onto the field for the Santalune Swarm. Pinsir with that hidden ability of Moxie. So every time, if it's able to eliminate any of the Viridian Fissure, it will boost its attack stat in the process. And attack's already sitting at 125, so it would love a boost. We get a Gyro Ball now coming from Pinsir. And it targets Mudsdale. It's not going to do a great deal of damage, and there's that stamina boost. Sandaconda now. Gonna go with the Sweet Scent. So it's going to lower the evasiveness of both Santalune Swarm Pokemon. So if Mudsdale can hit something with a low accuracy, it's going to go with Psycho Shift though. Unfortunately, it will fail. Centiskorch finally shakes off that paralysis, and it's going to go with a Blizzard. Mudsdale avoids it. Sandaconda. Oh wow, so it finally shakes off the paralysis, and its move misses both Sandaconda and Mudsdale. Unbelievable. Pinsir now. It's going to go with a Shell Side Arm. Targeting Sandaconda with the Poison type move, taking it down into the yellow. And it's left it poisoned. So many status conditions taking effect throughout this battle. We've had 2 Pokemon so far burned. We have 1 poison and 1 suffering from paralysis. There's the Struggle Bug, targeting both poison Pokemon. Not very effective though. Does get the critical hit on Pinsir. Also lowering the special attack of Centiskorch and Pinsir in the process. Not that they're very strong in the special attack stat compared to some of their other stats. We get a Freeze Dry now coming from Mudsdale, targeting Centiskorch. Not very effective thanks to that fire typing. And there's that paralysis again, preventing Centiskorch from having any impact whatsoever in this battle. Pinsir now. It's going to go with a Crush Grip. It goes for Mudsdale, who has that impressive stamina boost happening again. That defense just keeps going up. It's going to be very hard to take down Mudsdale at this stage. Sandaconda's going to go with a Tri-Attack. Targeting Centiskorch, they continue to chip away at the Bug Fire type, taking it down into the red. Mudsdale could actually finish it off here. And it goes for a Fissure. Unfortunately, Centiskorch avoids the one-hit KO move. Feather Dance now coming from Centiskorch. Goes for Mudsdale. So it's going to lower Mudsdale's attack. And there goes that Sunlight. It will fade away. So far, of the 4 Pokemon that have been eliminated, not one was done with an offensive move from the opposing team. Shuckle was eliminated by its own teammate when Orbeetle used that Misty Explosion. And then there was the explosion from Runerigus and that burn that took out Mamoswine. Fury Swipes will be avoided. Nightshade, though, coming from Sandaconda. Targeting Pinsir. Decent hit taking Pinsir down into the yellow. Mudsdale's going to go with a Sticky Web, so it'll slow down any of the Santalune Swarm Pokemon that come onto the field from here on out. Centiskorch finally shakes off that paralysis, and this time it will get off an offensive move, but unfortunately it only uses Scratch, which won't do a great deal of damage to Mudsdale, who again, that defense just keeps going up. There's that poison impacting Sandaconda. Taking it down into the red, you have to think this will be Sandaconda's last move on the field. Pinsir has an opportunity here though. It's going to go with Imprison. This will prevent any opposing Pokemon from using the same move that Pinsir has, which will stop them from using their Metronome. So all Viridian Fissure Pokemon at the moment are going to start using Struggle. There's a Mega Kick now from Centiskorch, much better than the Scratch. Mudsdale finally getting taken down in the yellow, and there's that Poison taking down Sandaconda. So Sandaconda has been eliminated. That's 3 down for the Viridian Fissure. Fifth Pokemon now coming out for the Viridian Fissure, and it's Swampert. Water Ground type. I have to say, I'm impressed with the Santalune Swarm being able to take down the Viridian Fissure Pokemon so far with status conditions. Leech Life now coming from Pinsir. It's going to target Swampert, so it's going to get some of its HP back. Very good hit onto Swampert. There's that HP boost. Swampert, again, that Imprison, preventing them from using Metronome, uses Struggle on Centiskorch, and Centiskorch's Flame Body will leave Swampert burned, but Centiskorch is eliminated. There we go, an offensive move taking down a Pokemon. Now Mudsdale's turn to use Struggle. Taking Pinsir back down in yellow. It's got to be thankful that it used that Leech Life to restore some of that HP, and there's the burn from that Flame Body onto Swampert. Now I have Scizor coming onto the field for the Santalune Swarm. Scizor comes on with 130 base attack, as well as 100 base defense. Swampert, who's on the field, has that 110 base attack, so there you go. Some very physical hitters on the field at the moment. Pinsir's going to go with a Tail Whip, so it's just looking to lower the stats of the Viridian Fissure. And there it is. Lowering the much boosted defense of Mudsdale, as well as the defense of Swampert. Here comes that Struggle again, thanks to the Imprison. And Swampert is eliminated by recoil damage. So Swampert goes back to the bench. Scizor now is going to look to target Mudsdale, but goes for the mean look, so it doesn't go for the offensive move. Mudsdale can't escape. Not that it would be spending much time on the bench. There's another Struggle, and Mudsdale is eliminated by recoil damage. Both Swampert and Mudsdale eliminated in the same turn from that recoil damage. Unbelievable. They need to get Pinsir off this field, which is unfortunate because they currently only have 1 Pokemon remaining, and it's the pseudo legendary Garchomp, the #1 ranked Pokemon for the Viridian Fissure. It has that 130 base attack and 102 base speed. It's going to use Struggle now, and it almost takes down Pinsir, and there goes 25% of its HP now. Pinsir's going to go with a Laser Focus, so it's not going to go for an offensive move. If it can come out with a Fissure or something in the next turn and try and take down Garchomp with a 1-hit KO. Charm also coming from Fissure, so no offensive moves coming from the Santalune Swarm. It's just looking to lower the attack stat of Garchomp. Again, that very impressive attack stat of 130, so it's good for him to have that taken down. Garchomp again with the no moves left. It's going to go with the struggle. And it will target Pinsir, so Pinsir is eliminated. And there goes another 25% of Garchomp's HP, so it's already down into the yellow. This is horrible for the Viridian Fissure. They need a victory, otherwise it's 5 in a row. Foul play now coming from Fissure. More damage being done to Garchomp. And Heracross is the last Pokemon on the field for the Santalune Swarm. It's going to get caught in that sticky web. Heracross having the same base attack as Pinsir did with 125. They even had it for the same base speed of 85. Garchomp now. It's going to get that Metronome back finally. It's going to go with a Glare. So another status condition being inflicted onto a Pokemon. And it's going to go for Heracross. So Heracross is now paralyzed. Fissure now. It's going to go with an Arm Thrust. So here's an offensive move. Hits once. It gets 2. Only gets 2. Garchomp still in the yellow. Heracross is able to shake off that paralysis though. It's going to go with an Aromatic Mist. There's Fissure with a special defense boost. They definitely want to capitalize on Garchomp having such low health left. Garchomp again with that speed advantage. It's going to go with a Bullet Punch. And targets Fissure. This shouldn't be very effective, already being a Steel type. Barely leaves a scratch on the Steel Bug type. Fissure now. Going to go with a Disarming Voice. This could surely finish it. And Garchomp holds on from that super effective move. I can't believe it. Garchomp desperately wants to avoid it. We get our 3-minute warning. And we have a Swagger now coming from Heracross. So this is going to boost the attack stat of Garchomp, but it's going to leave it confused. This is unbelievable. They have not eliminated a Viridian Fissure Pokemon yet with an offensive move. It's all with status conditions and recoil damage and that explosion on Runeriga. Surely Garchomp needs to shake this confusion. And it doesn't. Garchomp has eliminated itself. The Santalune Swarm have won this by making the Viridian Fissure just get chipped away at it. Like, not one of them was an offensive move. There's the explosion on Runeriga. I can't believe the Santalune Swarm just won the battle that way. That is very impressive battling there by the Swarm. Mamoswine being taken down by the status condition of the burn. I can't believe... And Orbeetle, wow. Orbeetle was of no use whatsoever today for the Santalune Swarm, which is terrible as it is their 4th highest ranked Pokemon on their team. But again, those status conditions, and it even took out Shuckle. Unbelievable. But the poisoning, taking away Sandaconda, there was the recoil damage that took out Mudsdale and Swampert in the same turn. So even though it was able to get off the struggle, the recoil damage, the burn, terrible for the Viridian Fissure. And then finally finishing it off with that confusion on Garchomp. I can't say enough how impressed I am by the Santalune Swarm. Hopefully they can keep this momentum when they take on the Snowpoint Frost next week in Snowpoint City, who have been having a terrible season so far. So hopefully the Santalune Swarm can capitalize on that. Viridian Fissure, however, are going to be taking on also a team who has not been doing well, and the Saffron Psychics. So can the Viridian Fissure turn this around? We'll find out next week. But Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was best on field. And always remember, you are awesome, and I will speak to you next time.